Atop WWE Star To AEW, major WWE AEW shots, the Bloodline's tag status revealed, and, of course, we'll hear from our special American correspondent, MJF. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
Get exclusive videos over on our Patreon. Happy All-In Week, everyone! May your All-In Week be free of backstage dramas and prosperous in its debuting stars. One of the more anticipated matches on Sunday's AEW card is the Casino Gauntlet. Right now, we only know a single confirmed entrant, Orange Cassidy at number 1. The rest of the match is speculated to see surprises, returns, and cameos. Come on, Grado, come on, Grado, come on, Grado! Fightful Select is reporting that Jay White is now healthy and there are plans for him to return to AEW TV soon, so he could be a surprise return. White has been off TV for just over a month. There's also rumours that former WWE star Ricochet will debut for the promotion, but there might be an even bigger WWE name in the works. Bobby Lashley has now been moved to the alumni section of the WWE website, and now Fightful Select has reported his contract has officially expired, although their WWE sources say that the door is open for eventual appearances down the line, which is a big shift from the "you're dead to me" days of Vince McMahon. Those close to Lashley apparently say he intends to keep wrestling, but there has been interest from top promotions in the United States and around the world, which you'd assume is AEW, as they're the only other North American company who could afford him. This could extend out to AEW's partner promotions New Japan and Mexico's CMLL, as Fightful also note there has been international wrestling interest in him too. They add there is also some interest from the combat sports world. Lashley last competed in MMA in 2016, where he won at Bellator 162. That was 8 years ago though, and he's now 48 years old. But it might not just be Lashley who could be coming to AEW. His former Hurt Business manager, MVP, has also just become a free agent, and he might have got right to work like any other wrestler who's just left WWE at the United States Patents and Trademark Office. Last week, a company by the name of Totally Harmless Concept LLC filed for the trademark The Hurt Syndicate. Not only is this interesting because The Hurt Syndicate sounds a lot like The Hurt Business, the Totally Harmless Concept company that filed for it had previously filed trademarks for MVP and Ghetto Strong Style back in September 2013, while MVP was working in New Japan. Lashley and MVP could be joining AEW at a really good time, as PW Insider is reporting the mood amongst some in the locker room is really good following last week's All In Texas press conference. After this Sunday's All In London, next year's one will take place in Arlington, Texas's Globe Life Stadium. After the announcement last week, several AEW stars told PW Insider they were really impressed and blown away by the level of attention they received. One source stated they felt this was easily the best press conference the company had ever produced. Which is probably a good point to check in with AEW star and our special American correspondent, MJF. Hey MJF.
I'm here with Just for Men and I'm not talking about his hairdo.
It's a homosexual reference.
Well, it's 2024, dude. Love is love.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you.
You're
Although I
here,
will say you're a bit of a slut from what I've heard.
You're of course here as our American correspondent, giving us a United States perspective on British culture.
The only perspective that matters.
Yeah,
Continue.
ahead of the All-In pay-per-view this weekend. On this day, in 1274, Edward I was coronated as the King of England. What's the American take on that?
Well, I know back in the day, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm a very studious individual, his nickname was Longshanks, which is funny because many years later, you guys would have a queen who was a long skank, and thankfully, recently, she passed. August 25th, you know who else will pass? Will Ospreay, when I absolutely decimate him inside of Wembley Stadium at All In. You are welcome. I'm incredible at my job. Go on, Ollie.
WWE's Bash in Berlin PLE in Berlin will take place just 1 week after AEW's All In in London. It's speculated WWE booked a European show so close to AEW's in an effort to undermine their ticket sales, of which the company has a long and storied history of doing to both AEW and any other rival wrestling promotion. Even though Vince is gone from WWE, the wrestling war mentality definitely still lives on, with Randy Orton and potentially CM Punk scheduled to appear on NXT when it goes head-to-head with Dynamite on Tuesday the 8th of October, and now WWE have taken another shot. AEW announced back in April that their World's End pay-per-view will take place on Saturday the 28th of December from the Edition Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida. Last Friday's episode of SmackDown took place in Orlando too, in the Kia Center, where WWE took the opportunity to announce they'd be coming back to the same building for a house show on the same 28th of December date, in the venue that is just 16 miles down the road, a 20-minute drive from where World's End is taking place. That SmackDown episode drew nearly 14,000 fans. Last year's World's End only drew 10,000. AEW haven't put tickets on sale yet, but they already moved All Out back a week from its announced date, potentially so it didn't clash with Bash in Berlin. That isn't the only front WWE is screwing with AEW though. During an appearance on the Dan Le Batard show, AEW CEO Tony Khan said he believes that WWE is still engaging in contract tampering with AEW wrestlers. This comes at a time when multiple wrestlers under AEW contracts are heavily reported to be going to WWE imminently, like Ricky Starks and the Lucha Bros. The Lucha Bros were allegedly even originally booked to win the trios titles with Pac at this Sunday's All In. And then there's also the increasingly tense battlefield of Mexico. When Vince McMahon was removed from power in WWE, Paul Levesque was able to start competing with AEW on their own grounds. WWE storylines became more long-term, its promos greatly improved, and the in-ring wrestling was given more focus. But one of the most fascinating consequences, after decades of being a relatively closed shop, was Levesque and Nick Khan's willingness to work with other wrestling promotions. It meant that one of AEW's previously unique selling points, that it was the company that played well with others, having working relationships with Impact, AAA, CMLL, Stardom, and New Japan, was no longer special. And WWE were able to take advantage of some of those partners who felt undervalued. TNA has been enjoying collaborating with NXT for months. WWE reportedly encouraged Rossy Ogawa to break away from Stardom and form the new rival promotion Marigold. And now yet another step has been taken in WWE's relationship with AAA. AAA used to be very, very close to AEW, frequently exchanging talent and having their championships defended on AEW TV. But AAA's booker Conan has become publicly critical of Khan and AEW, and last December he booked Dragon Lee to pin FTR for the AAA tag titles, to then reveal Lee had signed with WWE. For the first time ever, a WWE contracted talent had technically beaten two AEW guys. Additionally, CMLL and AAA have a decades-long blood rivalry themselves, and Khan would ultimately have to pick which one he would work with, as they reportedly won't let their affiliated talent work with each other on shows. AAA's biggest event of the year, Triple Mania, took place last night, which did see AEW's Team TNA win the tag titles, but the fingerprints of WWE were far more present. Firstly, Matt Riddle won the Cruiserweight title in a three-way against Commander and Laredo Kid, even though he's way bigger than all the other Cruiserweights. The Wrestling Observer writes, this was basically getting the belt off Commander because he's with AEW. Then Alberto Del Rio beat Nick Nemeth for the AAA Mega Championship, with both Conan and JBL turning heel with him. Conan was even wearing a WWE Judgment Day t-shirt. JBL is still signed with WWE as an ambassador. And finally, Rey Mysterio sent a special thank you video message to his former rival Psychosis ahead of his match. The day before saw AEW Collision take place, where the Acclaimed and FTR wrestled to a 30-minute draw, meaning they will both face the Young Bucks for the tag team titles at All In. And a four-way London ladder match was announced for the trios titles, with the Patriarchy defending against the Bang Bang Gang, the House of Black, and the team yet to qualify. Also on the episode, Jack Perry unveiled a new beaten-up design for the TNT title, and Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara won the ROH Tag Team Championships from the Undisputed Kingdom, meaning Dustin now holds both the ROH Tag and Trios titles. There's too many belts in this company. But arguably the most interesting stuff happened off-air. Darby Allin has revealed in an interview that Sting has been backstage for some of the Collision shows at Arlington's Esports Stadium over the last month, because he lives nearby. But then Sting posted in relation to next summer's All In Texas, just down the road. I'll be watching from somewhere. Sting back to WWE confirmed. Darby also mentioned that he's been training Sting's son, and that isn't the only multi-generational stuff happening in AEW, because in the dark match before Collision, Wayne and Wyatt Rhodes, Cody and Dustin's nephews, made their AEW debut as the new Texas Outlaws, where they beat Aaron Solo and John Cruz. The Rhodes family are going to have to get a lot more busy if they want to make their own Bloodline level faction though, as the Anoa'i's have so many members, they're allowed to have 3 people be the tag team champions. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga beat DIY to win the WWE Tag Team titles at the start of this month. But following Fatu's worked injury, Tonga Loa was shown holding the belt. On Fatu's return on Friday's SmackDown though, where he wiped out Roman Reigns, he was holding the belt with Tama Tonga again. But at the weekend's live events in Florida, it was Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa who defended the belts against DIY, confirming that the Bloodline's reign will be under Freebird rules, where any 2 members of the faction can defend them. And finally, a huge congratulations to Zack Sabre Jr. for winning the G1 Climax tournament, beating Yota Tsuji in the final, making him the first British wrestler ever to hold the trophy. Interestingly, Zack cut a promo after his win, saying he doesn't want to wait for Wrestle Kingdom, where the G1 winner historically gets their title shot. He wants his world title match on the Sumo Hall show on the 14th of October, so he can defend the belt at the Royal Quest show in London on the 20th. Now go watch Luke and I predict every WWE wrestler at Bash in Berlin in 3 words or less / fewer. Here's a clip. Retains against Sheamus.
You think the Sheamus?
I've got more around this, but you know, I think that's a good, solid European match to put on in Berlin.
I think there's a more European man who made a name for himself in that area that you could go with. Not from the area, made his name in the area.
Well, I will come on to him later.
Well, speaking of coming on to people later, Bang Bus Leader. That's what Bron Breakker is.
Bang Bus Leader.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're trying to get that over, aren't you?